Hey guys, this is Adam with Strataco. I'm over here with Kevin at Gulf Coast Inspection Services.
Correct.
All right. And so when we buy a house, we get a guy like this to help us out, and we really focus on some major areas: the roof, the foundation, the HVAC system, the electrical and the plumbing as well, because all of these things are costly. The floors and the cabinets, that's kind of an easy cost to figure out. But all this other stuff is really unknown and can be a little expensive or very expensive. And so Kevin helps us figure these things out. And he was just going over something that he found, and what we got.
Yeah. Let's take a walk over there. Okay. So the air conditioner in this house is the condenser is the portion of the air conditioner that's located on the outside of the house. And then you have the air handler and the furnace that are located in this particular house in a bedroom closet.
I didn't even notice that it was in there.
Yeah. Well, you know, this house is what, 50 plus years old, probably, and so we weren't putting air conditioning systems in the attic back then. So we always found some place inside the house that was centrally located to put the air conditioning. So this is a gas unit called a vertical forced air split system. It's a Trane brand. This particular unit is a 1990 model, so it's 30 plus years old. The condenser is a 1998 model. So the way we put it in home inspection terms is that they probably exceeded their typical life expectancy. And
so, hold on one second. Zach, what year were you born?
2003. Yeah,
so,
it's older than Zach.
It's older than Zach.
Right. Okay. And so, so one of the things we look at with air conditioning systems is you know, we're gonna take the cover off, and we're gonna look at the exchanger and all this other stuff. But we want to make sure that it's functioning as efficiently as it can. When a unit reaches a certain age, anything that restricts the function of the unit is going to be detrimental to that unit. And so one of the things we look at on this one, what we noticed was that the return air grill, which is located on the exterior wall, is only 18 inches by 18 inches big.
Okay.
And so typically on a 3-ton unit, now there are other variables, duct size, that sort of thing, but typically on a 3-ton unit, we'd like to see at least a 24-inch by 24-inch return air system. So you're already having some restriction.
So why do you need to see it bigger than that, than what they have?
Because we want it to be as efficient as possible, which means, so an air conditioning does a couple of things. One of the things it does is that it reduces heat, or it cools, but it also reduces humidity inside of the house.
Okay.
And so when you have a properly sized return air grill, you're reducing the humidity efficiently.
Okay.
So you'll get less of a musty smell. Not only that, when a unit reaches this age, we want everything to be working optimally. And things that we
no restrictions,
right,
like the size of their
right.
Okay.
We may not be able to control every electronic piece that's working on the air conditioner, but we can control how much air is being drawn in the return air system.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's what we're looking at on this house. It's an easy repair,
yeah,
but it's one that should probably be considered.
All right.
So another thing that we look at that's really important on especially older houses in the 60s, 70s, 80s, probably the most popular panel box on the market was by a company called Federal Pacific. And this was a Federal Pacific stab lock panel box. And what happened with these panel boxes is some of their breakers wouldn't trip when there was a surge. And so because they wouldn't trip, the surge continued, house fires started, and anyway, a lot of class action lawsuits, a lot of government interference, bankrupted the company, they got out of business. So now, anytime that we see one of these panel boxes or anything stab lock related, your shut off for your your condenser outside is also a FPE stab lock shut off. Anytime we see this with these breakers, we automatically recommend replacement. And so something like this, if we can keep the panel box here, not move it, and not have to mess with anything else but the panel box and the breakers, you're probably looking at about $2,000 to replace. But that's something that should be considered also. Yeah,
we've done a few of these in my career for sure, because these are the houses that you get the better deal on, and they always typically come with these Federal Pacific panel. And so, what does the stab lock mean?
It's like
a brand?
A Ford Ranger.
Okay.
It's the Ranger of the Ford. So Federal Pacific is the company, stab lock is the brand.
Gotcha. Okay.
The model.
Yeah. All right. So Kevin's about to share with us the hot water tank now that we're in the hallway.
So yeah. So and so just for clarity, Adam, this is my own little personal pet peeve. This is a water heater. It heats water.
Okay.
To call it a hot water heater would be awfully redundant. So this is a water heater. If it was a hot water heater, it would have a bikini wrapped around it. Okay. So on this
I
one,
got to remember that because we use Kevin all the time, and boy, it just stabs him whenever I say hot water.
right. And so this particular water heater has been replaced, which is a good thing on a house this age. But there are two things that off the bat that I'm noticing that are deficient. And one of these is this is the temperature pressure relief valve. It relieves pressure should the water heater overheat. However, it's a 1-inch drain and valve, but they've reduced it to a 1/4-inch drain line. That's a no-no. It's got to be the same size as the valve and the nipple that connects to the drain line. The other thing that we're noticing is that gas water heaters. So on these newer water heaters, there's no pilot light. There's not an ongoing flame. It's a glow plug.
Okay.
And so the gas comes across the glow plug. When it wants to ignite, it fires up, heats the water, shuts down.
Okay.
But at some point, you have an open flame down there that is heating up the water. Anytime you house a gas water heater in a storage setting, in other words, I could put paint, WD-40, flammable liquids, all on the ground next to the water heater. Anytime the water heater is housed in that sort of setting, we have to elevate the water heater 18 inches.
Okay.
So this water heater should technically be elevated off of the ground 18 inches. And what do you know? They sell little metal bases that are exactly 18 inches high just for water heaters.
Gotcha.
So those are the two things that I would call right now on this unit.
Okay. Sounds great. All right. Hey guys, so thank you for participating in this little inspection walkthrough with our guy Kevin, and go check out his company, Gulf Coast Inspection Services. And so if you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. Help with that YouTube algorithm, and y'all go ahead and have a great day.